Welcome to day 510 of our Web3 journey. I'm Ed Krasenstein, here with my twin brother Brian. And remember, these videos are being sponsored by NFT Tech. They are an investor in DeSoFi. And DeSoFi is a Web3 app built on the DeSo blockchain. It's very similar to Twitter. So, Brian, there's some interesting NFT news that comes out this morning.
Yeah, so Dapper Labs, they are the organization behind NBA Top Shots, which of course are one of the more popular NFT use cases. They announced recently that their NFL version of NBA Top Shots called NFL All Day has launched, and it launched a few days ago, maybe a week ago or so. But they're starting to really advertise it. They have a Patrick Mahomes commercial out, and they have a drop tomorrow for more packs. But it basically works the same as NBA Top Shots. It uses the Flow blockchain. It's selling packs. You get 4 cards in a pack. Packs are different prices. Tomorrow's is $59, and you'll get 4 cards. There's different tiers. There's the ultimate tier, which is basically 10 editions. So you only have 10 of each card in the ultimate tier. There's a legendary tier that has 29 to 59 editions. The rare tier, which has 499 to 1200 editions. And then finally, the common tier, which is around 6,000 to 10,000 editions. So it's kind of like a form of gambling, I guess, but I guess buying baseball cards or basketball cards, it is gambling because you can get rarer cards that people value more. But it's definitely something that I think is really going to catch on this football season. And if you thought NBA Top Shots were big, I think NFL All Day, I think it has the potential to be even bigger. And just like NBA Top Shots, there's little videos that play. So you're basically buying a segment of video of that player. So if it's Brett Favre, which I think has a ultimate 10 edition card that was released, you'll see him going back for a pass and throwing that pass, and you own that moment, kind of. Pretty cool.
Yeah, like I was actually checking out the Brett Favre. Actually, the ultimate one, I think it's limited to 10, is actually a card. It shows it's like several video clips of the. I don't know if you guys remember the game where his father had just passed away and he played, I think it was like the next day or 2 days later. And he had this phenomenal game, probably the best game of his entire career. And it just shows some of the highlights of that game. So it's really cool. I'm a big NFL fan. I'm an Eagles fan. So I think I'm probably going to buy some.
Yeah, really cool.
So moving on, yesterday we had a chance to play around with Story. Story, they're in a very closed beta for right now. They're just testing it out, making sure things work. Everything hasn't been released in the beta version. But we had the opportunity, as well as several others I know. I saw CW and Goldberry and several others who were posting from the new Story app on test flight. But we had the chance to use it, and I must say I walked away super impressed. The flow is super easy. The explanation, it explains everything super well, so it gives you a good onboarding flow. We made a post. Uh, the first post we made, we had to delete because there's a small bug where we uploaded a picture and it changed the orientation around, but they're working on that. But we did make another post after that. 2 thumbs up. We said 2 thumbs up for Story, and it's really cool how you can add stickers, and there's a ton of free stickers. So in the intro, when you sign up to the app, it gives you like an overview of what the app can do. And I think we learned some stuff that we probably haven't talked about before about what this app's going to be doing. So you can earn Story tokens on the app, and it's going to be their in-app currency. By selling content as NFTs, you're going to be able to earn these tokens. The marketplace isn't yet available in the beta version, but that's coming soon, where you can actually sell NFTs. NFTs for stickers, templates, stories, and filters will be available, and will be available for you to buy or create. There will be free stickers, though, as well. Free stickers, templates, filters, and then the premium ones on top of that you can buy. And this is going to really open the door for brands and huge influencers, especially like famous people, to market themselves and bring in an income while also marketing themselves. There's will be opportunities to buy rare and collectible NFTs to use on your stories from artists and brands that you love. So maybe you're like a huge fan of Nike and you're a runner and you want to post some running pictures and use a special golden Nike sticker on your story that you post. You can do that. Maybe that icon would be a one of 10 and only 10 people can own that sticker to use. So I think there's a lot of use cases there. They did say that there will be milestones you can reach as well. And when you reach these milestones, you'll be rewarded story tokens, and there will also be share to earn. So you can share stuff in order to earn additional tokens. An example they gave on how this is going to work, and I'm just quoting them here. It says, imagine buying a sticker from one of your favorite luxury brands that you can proudly display in your story, but as well as the bragging rights you have gained from owning that sticker, you also got discounts on items from that brand or entries into a super exclusive event or even some free merchandise. So I think that's a really good use case. It's something we haven't really seen anywhere yet. And this is going to allow brands and influencers to utilize it. There's going to be brand ambassador stickers that could be created by brands and issued to influencers who could then just turn around and display them on their story when promoting their product. So much here. They're just the very beginning of Story. So much more to come. I got to talk to Luis yesterday, and she said there's so much more than what meets the eye right now. So I'm super excited. I think this has so much potential to bring people into the DeSo blockchain.
Yeah, I really love Story. I tried it out. I was playing around with it a lot last night after my kids went to bed, and I think that it definitely has a ton of potential. And I think when you combine this with other apps like Pearl, I think DeSo's in a very good place right now. There's a lot of utility here now. And unlike back last year, back in March, April, when we had this influx of new users, but not really anything to do other than buy creator coins, I think that's changed now. So any marketing that DeSo does at this point, I think we'll see it will be very efficient, and it will actually provide, I think, a return to the DeSo community. So I'm loving this. I'm loving what's happening in the ecosystem. I know things are quiet, but I think that's not gonna last very much longer.
Exactly. So what's up with Octoposse, Brian?
Yeah, so Octoposse Season 2 minting will open in exactly 4 days. So August 22nd. Holders of Season 1 NFTs or the creator coin for Octoposse coin will receive free Season 2 mints.
I'm excited.
And you can see how many mints you'll get by viewing the leaderboard uh, on the post linked on the post link too. Uh, Mint price is 0.77 DSO, and you can skip for 0.22 DSO. So if you don't like a mint, you can skip it for 0.22 DSO, which is like $1.50, and get a new mint. So that's kind of cool. If you think one of them isn't rare, you can always mint another one, take that chance. Merging will be free. So once again, they're going to have merging. So you can merge two rare ones or two of any Octoposse in Season 2, and it becomes an even more rare merged NFT. And the end date will be September 8th. 70% of the revenue from minting and skipping will be paid out to the 10 winners who have the rarest Season 2 NFTs by September 8th. So just like last time, it's like a game. They're gamifying this NFT series. The most rare NFTs will actually win some cash or some DSO.
Yeah, I love Octoposse. We were like really into it during season one, and we bought a ton of them and we merged a ton of them, and it was just a really fun game to play. I think we ended up getting one of the more rare ones, like at the very end. I don't even remember, but I love this. I love what they're doing, and I'm looking forward to playing the game yet again. I know we get several free mints because we own so many of the season ones. But moving on, Mint Machine by Nathan Wells. We've talked about this a lot in the past, and Mint Machine is basically an NFT minting platform. So you can mint helps you create live minting on your website. So somebody can go to your website, click a mint button, and it will mint an NFT according to what you want minted. And they just made a post saying that they're allowing people to mint and those NFTs that are purchased through the minting page are actually being purchased on the DeSo blockchain. So in the past, the problem was people would mint directly through their website, but after they are minted, the sale of that original minting price, like if you paid 5 DeSo to mint that NFT, it wouldn't show up on the blockchain. So it wouldn't show up on NFTZ.me, it wouldn't show up on Supernovas, it wouldn't show up on Diamond App as the price you paid. It would end up just being a transfer. But now Mint Machine has actually worked it out so that all that data is on the blockchain. So if you pay 5 DeSo to mint a Cloutpunk, which is one of the NFT collections using Mint Machine, it's going to show as a $5 5 DeSo sale of that Cloutpunk. Thus, Cloutpunk has moved to the top of NFTZ's most active zones and most sold NFTs because of this. Before, that wouldn't have been the case.
Yeah, and it makes sense. So I like that idea. So moving on, Ali B, he posed a question this morning and tagged us in it. And the question is, why did you come to DeSo? And he posted it with the hashtag why I came to DeSo. When he made this post, he said, I want to help the core team. They need to understand the triggers that get people to DeSo. If we all share what got us here with the hashtag why I came to DeSo, it will be easy for them to understand how to replicate those triggers. I'll start. I saw someone I follow on Twitter gloating about their coin price on BitCloud. It took about 3 tweets from that person, who I don't really follow closely, for me to Google BitCloud and watch a video by Will Mitchell. Then I jumped in because I wanted to find a better alternative to machine learning driven destructive Web 2 social. So if you want to participate, just use the hashtag why I came to DeSo and write a brief paragraph or so why you came here. How did you find it? Why you came here, and why you're staying too, I think would be good. And Ed, do you want to share why we came to DeSo?
I came to DeSo because we were in a clubhouse room, and I'm sure so many of you have heard this before. And Jake Udell, who was one of the big, I guess he was an investor in DeSo at the time, was in a clubhouse room touting it and talking about how awesome it was, how you could buy creator coins of different people. And Brian and I just loved the idea, so we're like, you know what, let's create a DeSo account. And we decided to create one account between the two of us, so we can kind of help each other out, and not have to be competing against each other in any way. And this is kind of like how it happened. That's why it came. We just loved the idea of being able to buy creator coins and different people, and being able to have your own creator coin.
Yeah, and it came at an opportune time. Of course, we've been in crypto since 2012. We've been following crypto since probably early 2011. And we just happened to be banned from Twitter about, I don't know, maybe like 6 months prior to that, maybe a little bit longer than that. But we were involved in legal discussions with Twitter because they defamed us. They put out a lie to the media. And we found out like shortly, we've actually just as we're hearing about DeSo or BitCloud at the time, that in order for us to sue them, it would probably cost a huge amount of money, and we'd have to prove that they put out the false statement with malice, since we were limited purpose public figures. So we decided not to go through with the lawsuit. And we're like, why even bother with Twitter? Let's move to DeSo. And we understand DeSo, we understand crypto. It's perfect.
Yeah, and we're not actually, you say because we were limited purpose public figures. We debated that. Twitter claimed we were limited purpose public figures, but we didn't believe we were. But that was a whole nother expense, whole nother issue that we had to go through the courts to determine. So we didn't feel like doing it.
Yeah, so let's get on to the top bidders of NFTs over the last 24 hours according to NFTZ, and they are as follows: Juice, HR VAT, Studio Richards, NFT Pets, 044 Piece, Garbo, Meta Philosopher, Crazy Collector, Hatch Fund, and 100. Nice to see 100 participating in some NFT buys. Haven't seen him around as much as I used to, but maybe I'm just not paying attention. Also, the top diamond creators over the last 24 hours, according to Alton Base, are as follows: Payne LR, followed by Krasenstein Us, M. Her, Happy Rabbit, Jaylene Cook, Nordian, Shade Flowers, Goldberry, Darian Parish, and Shady Acres. Lots of DeSo OGs in
Yeah,
that one.
congratulations. So there's 3 events today going on around the community. Thanks to Miss Katie Ann for sending us this list this morning. At 11 a.m. Eastern Time today is the Roundtable Space hosted by Mario Nawfal. Always a huge room on Twitter. It's a Twitter Spaces room. Uh, this one's about metaverse. It's a metaverse segment with new speakers. Also, Sigmund Ondiso posted that if you join this space, you're going to be entered to win a $10,000 Rolex. Phenomenal. I love what Mario does here. He's kind of taking a a page out of the book from Mr. Beast in spending all this money to kind of build up his space in the world, in the Twitter Spaces world. And I think it's working. He's had some huge rooms, and they just keep getting bigger and bigger. 2 p.m. Eastern Time on Entra is the community hangout with Sean Tron and Michael Mara. Always a great room, always a great time. At 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time is a DeSo Happy Hour hosted by Beer Buds with Brian Drever, Jody Balsert, NFT3, Blockchain Padawan, and Just Nick. That's on Clubhouse. So at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. So I'll share those links as well to those events in the post. Everybody have a great rest of your day. We will talk to you tomorrow.